Pada 2010, syarikat Malaysia MOL Global telah melakar sejarah apabila berjaya menguasai Friendster.com, sebuah rangkaian laman sosial terkemuka dunia dengan pembelian mencecah hampir 25 juta dolar. Dianggarkan menerusi pembelian ini, MOL Global akan menjana lebih 110 juta dolar dalam pendapatan tahunan hasil daripada pemilikan syarikat Friendster itu. Dan bagi mengikuti kemajuan laman web ini setelah dimiliki syarikat tempatan, bersama kita di studio ialah Ganesh Kumar Bangga, Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Kumpulan MOL Global dan juga Friendster. Well, welcome Ganesh to the studio. It's a pleasure having you here with us today. And speaking of MOL Global and also Friendster, probably we should just look at how it all started by the acquisition of Friendster by MOL. So I believe that it was made in 2010, whereby there was actually a boom, the start of a boom in the social media network industry. So what potential did MOL actually saw in Friendster?
So MOL basically was a payment service provider that prior to buying Friendster, we had a commercial relationship with Friendster. And we saw a number of things in Friendster that would have value to us. One would be its brand, its global brand. We were at that time a Malaysian company, and even when we tried to talk to the Zyngas and Facebooks to the world in the Valley or in the Silicon Valley, very few of them actually knew us. By buying Friendster, it gave us a global brand and global reputation that actually managed to leapfrog the MOL brand to become a global brand as well. The second was its community of users. MOL at that time had about 400,000 registered members, whereas Friendster had 100 over million registered members. Out of our 400,000, about 5 to 6% actually spend 150 to 200 ringgit a month on online games. So we thought if we could make 1% of Friendster's members to spend 10% of our average revenue per paying user, that would be quite a substantial amount. Since then, we've actually grown the MOL member base through the Friendster acquisition from 400,000 to 1.5 million members, out of which 5% of them actually spend 50 US a month. And the third was basically its intellectual property. Friendster was actually the world's pioneer social network, and one of the assets we got by buying Friendster was actually its IP. And subsequent, a couple of months after buying Friendster, we actually sold or monetized the intellectual property by selling it to another major social network.
Okay, it's good to know that Friendster has actually a lot of potential. And if we're looking at the state of Friendster when it was first acquired in 2010 as compared, to today, probably you can share with us how has the demographics of its user changed and all that?
Sure. So Friendster was always a Southeast Asian centric social network. Even when it was owned by or it was based in the Silicon Valley, 90% of its users actually come from Southeast Asia, and that actually hasn't changed till today. We still have about 90% of our users coming from Southeast Asia, but today we actually have expanded it a bit to even South Asia, where we've got a growing number of users coming from India. So generally, it's an Asian-based social network focusing the Asian community with Asian content.
Okay, and I believe you have something very interesting on the 17th of May, right? And if you're looking at it, you're going to be actually launching the new Friendster, which consists of a social, discovery, and also gaming. So what can Friendster users, expect from that?
Sure. So we have over 54 massively multiplayer online games on Friendster. We actually launch a new game almost every other week, and the game actually is a world on its own. So you can on Friendster you can have a virtual avatar and use that virtual avatar then to play our different games, and the games are quite exciting, and you're not only playing with one-on-one, but you're playing with millions of other players.
And you currently have 4 million active users.
Yes.
So with the launch of this social discovery and also a gaming side of a new version of Friendster, what's your target like after this?
So we hope to grow the base to about 10 million members by the end of this year.
Okay, and also you plan to actually penetrate in the Southeast Asian market, whereby it's highly competitive, for gaming and whatnot. So how do you plan to penetrate into that market?
Sure. So MOL always had its strength in the online gaming market. We work with over 100 different game publishers, and we actually are now bringing those game publishers onto the Friendster platform. So more than just providing payment, we also today provide a community of users basically to our game publishers.
So it's like a very good platform for ICT entrepreneurs and game developers to actually jump on the bandwagon and get themselves advertised, and make some money out of it. Okay, and if we're looking at, I'm sure that there's a lot of you've been looking into what Malaysians like and whatnot before making this move. So maybe you can share with us what sort of game does Malaysians like, and basically what is the age range of your users currently?
So our age range of users are 15 to 35. The most popular game on Friendster is a game called Booms. And Booms is actually a massively multiplayer online game along the Worms genre. If you're wondering what the Worms genre is, it's like Angry Birds.
Okay.
Where you actually, you have the arrows and you try to aim basically at certain characters.
And how do you make gaming more comfortable for Malaysians? Because I believe you have something known as the Friendster coins, and gamers could actually transact in a Malaysian ringgit.
Right.
So is this one of the efforts to make it more comfortable for Malaysian gamers themselves?
Yes. So one of the things we have is Friendster coins, which is powered by the MOL payment system, and you can actually go to 7-Eleven to pay cash to buy MOL points that can be easily converted into Friendster coins.
And how does this actually help strengthen, the e-payment and also the content on Friendster and the social network in general in Malaysia and also Southeast Asia? Sure.
So Friendster basically gives an avenue and opportunity to local content developers to reach our 4 million active members, to access our 4 million active members, and also then monetizing their content through the MOL payment system.
Okay, and currently which countries do you have the most, do you expect to have the most gamers from?
Sure, so right now for Friendster, Philippines is our biggest market, followed by Indonesia, India, and then Malaysia.
Okay, and I guess that's all the time we have for today. I'm Mr. Ganesh, and it's very exciting to hear about this new Friendster, social discovery, and also gaming on Friendster. Thanks for your time again. And dan itu sebentar tadi Ganesh Kumar Bangga, Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Kumpulan MOL Global dan juga Friendster dan Bisness Awani akan berhenti rehat seketika. Jangan ke mana-mana.